time. This is the indefinite continued progress of existence and events in the past, future, and also the present regarded as a whole, but it's also a plan, schedule, or arrangement when something has happened or can be done, or it could be considered as a measurement the time taken by someone doing something. This could count for anything from the amount of time you can use to watch a movie, playing a video game, etc., etc. Most of the time, if you experience something, it usually takes a good chunk of your time, whether it be a good time waster, or it could be something that is completely unproductive and is considered a waste of time. Unless you're DSP, then all of a sudden, any game that you play is automatically bad because it's a boring waste of time.
I am very curious about your feedback regarding Final Fantasy 16. And
He's not really curious about it. He just wants the same old answer of either drop it or keep going, Phil, we'll toss you money.
Here's what I mean. The game started off very interesting and strong, and since then it's kind of fizzled out. And like I've told you guys, it seems like every time I play Final Fantasy 16, half of the stream is boring as dirt, and everyone is bored to tears, the viewers and me.
This is why I'm calling extreme bullshit on this. Even though he's saying that the audience is bored. The audience is bored. No, Phil, the audience is not bored of the game. They're bored of you. You're bored of the game, which is reflecting onto your audience. So, anytime that you're saying that the game is boring, you're bored with it, but no one else in your chat really is, because we have no evidence to back this up.
And then the other half seems interesting. Do we really want to play a lengthy RPG where 50% of our time is bored to tears?
Well, then again, Phil, this is your fault, because you spent the money on the game, you knew the game was going to get long, and you knew for a fact, since it's an RPG, it was going to add certain elements into it that would not fit to your liking. So, this whole thing right here of, should I keep going? You should not have played this game at all. It's clear as day that RPGs are not your thing.
But sadly, it seems like that's the game they made. I don't know what they were fucking thinking, but that's kind of the game they made.
Well, they were thinking, hey, we're going to add in a lot of lore and a lot of world building with the side content, as well as stuff for the gamer to do. Because, as I mentioned before, most of these people that make video games, they're not doing it for the gamer, they're doing it for the consumer. Because what the consumer wants, that's what they're going to get. Do they want a lengthy adventure with some side stuff to do, adding on to the game time? Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to get.
It's really weird, because it seems like the opinions on Final Fantasy 16 on the internet are completely opposite.
I have not seen anything negative about the game. Maybe some things, you know, with the whole press one button and you can play through the game only if you have a certain accessibility option on there to make you do it, a certain item. That's the only thing I've seen about it. Other than that, the game's pretty good.
There's one group of people who think this is like the best Final Fantasy they've ever played. They're madly in love with the game and think it's the game of the year.
I disagree with the whole thing about Final Fantasy 16 being the best Final Fantasy. Compared to Final Fantasy 15, absolutely. It is an improvement over that game by any means necessary. But if you're talking about one of the best Final Fantasies of all time, that's going to go straight to 9.
And the other half are like, this game is fucking shitty. I don't know what they did. They ruined Final Fantasy.
Where are these people that you're talking about that says that the game is shitty? I know you're on that fucking bandwagon, but where are the others? Are you going to mention it? Are you going to pull up some articles about it? No? You're just pulling shit out of your ass? Okay.
Because they made it so much based on the narrative, and the narrative is boring half the time, and we don't know what they were thinking with these fucking cutscenes, and the game sucks.
Did you just say cucking cutscenes? Because if it's so, then we secretly know what you're into. But with the cutscenes, though, they're telling you a story while showing you what's going on. So, again, you don't get the fundamentals of storytelling when they're showing you what's going on and not telling you flat out. That's what Phil wants. He doesn't want any game to tell him the story. Like, tell him, and this person fucked the king. No, he doesn't want, he just wants that shit instead of them showing the bond between those two characters. But it just clear as day that he wants the boring route, but if it shows interest, it's boring to him.
And it's so weird to see that split. You know what I'm saying?
What split are we talking about here? Like, a game that had a major fucking split would have been something like The Last of Us Part 2. That was a major fucking split. I have not seen a split like that in a long, long time. Final Fantasy 16 does not have that.
Very odd. But I bought it. I spent $70 on this damn game.
And that's your fault, not your audience's.
and I've already committed 15 plus hours to it. If you remember the last time we played it, there was a time lapse, and essentially now we're entering Act 2, which is really where the game begins.
Again, most of the stuff in the beginning, the first act is usually just like the introductory stuff, showing you, hey, these are the characters that you're going to be interacting with, or this is the enemy that you're facing, the threat you have to go up against. But Phil doesn't like that. But when it came to side content, oh, don't get me fucking started. This guy hates it.
So the way I would say it is, listen, we're definitely going to continue to play the game this week.
Yeah, but are you going to enjoy it? No. Is it going to give you money? Of course not. If it doesn't give you money, the game is boring to you.
Let's judge based off of the 2 streams I'm doing this week, whether or not this is something you want to see me continue. If it really is so boring by the end of the week that we're just burnt out on it, we don't have to continue.
Here's the thing with when Phil mentions the whole thing about how, let's see how you guys like it, he doesn't give a shit about the audience's opinion on what they want to see him play. He only cares about if he gets money thrown at him, if he gets the 20s, the 30s, the 50s, the 100s. That's what he wants. But when he doesn't get that, the game is automatically fucking boring and that no one should pay any fucking attention to it. And if he does his top 10 worst list, he's putting this in the top 5 somewhere.
We could do something else, all right? And I'm okay with that.
He doesn't want anything else. He doesn't want to play Diablo. He doesn't want to play Tears of the Kingdom, although he's close to finishing the end game, even though he hates it. He just wants to play Street Fighter. That's what he means by something else. It's either retro games that nobody wants to see him play, or Street Fighter. That's all he wants.
But I want to be sure we're all on the same page here, because there seem to be some people that every time I play it, oh, don't worry, the better part's coming. All right, well, we're 15 hours in. When's the better part, right?
It already showed up within the first act, Phil. As soon as it opened up the world and it allowed you to do side content, that was when Final Fantasy 16 opened up and became better. But you don't like that because side content, I have to give these homeless people food. That's not good because that makes me look bad because it makes it look like that I'm the poor one, even though that's not what the game implied at all. You just scoff at anything that's beneath you.
Right? Maybe it's now because we just hit Act 2, so maybe now is when the better part comes.
Even though the better part already hit.
Right? I guess we'll see, but to me, like I said, it's not that I'm not enjoying. There are parts I very much enjoyed.
So if you enjoyed this game, Phil, you wouldn't keep saying that it's boring. The cutscenes bored me. The side content bored me. Because that's essentially what it is. It's showing that you really do not like this game. You'll say that you love it and lie to yourself in the audience, but we've seen how you really are. You do not like this game because of the major stuff that they put into the game. You don't like the fact that they made the game long. You wanted this game to be like 20 hours long, then you're done. But the game is more than that, and you automatically hate it.
But I'm a streamer.
Yes, you are a streamer, and Square Enix did not make this game to cater to your needs. It was catering to the consumer, not the streamer and not the gamer.
A content creator, I'm an entertainer. I'm supposed to be doing stuff that entertains.
I thought you weren't considered an entertainer. For the longest time, you kept telling your audience that I'm not an entertainer, guys. I don't do things to entertain my audience. I'm a content creator. I'm a streamer. I'm not meant to entertain people. I'm meant to play games. So which is it, Phil? Are you just the gamer that gets bored and angry at everything? Or are you the clown that dances in your seat like, ooh, look at my dance while I blow my bubble guns? Which is it?
Not forcibly forcing myself to play a game for 2 hours before I get to an hour of enjoyment.
Again, Phil, that is entirely on you.
And the entire stream feels the same way as me. I don't know what they were thinking, but I don't think they've heard of pacing before.
No, they've heard of pacing. They made other games before 16. Trust us, Phil. This isn't Square Enix's first fucking rodeo when it comes to telling a story. They've been around the ballpark longer than you've been playing video games. Much more longer than your 15-year legacy.
I don't think they understand the concept of pacing. Whoever made this game really fucked it up.
So Square Enix fucked this entire game up even though it has a pretty good story and is paced really well? Huh. Imagine that. The guy that has a business degree, valedictorian in his Catholic school, claims that he knows everything about what the game did wrong. Tell us, Phil, what did they do wrong? Oh, right. I forgot. You love pulling shit out of your ass like always.
because they easily could have cut out a bunch of this nonsense and made the game way more interesting, and they really took way too long to get to the meat of the game and really have had issues with their story being drawn out in an entertaining fashion. They could have done a lot better.
I mean, the game is already interesting, Phil. It has interesting characters, has an interesting story, has good combat, has a good world, looks pretty. What the fuck do you want from it? Do you want it to come, like the Jill to come out and suck your dick? Is that what you want? Oh, right, no. I forgot, you're married. That's right, I'm fucking stupid when it comes to that, aren't I?
I think it's kind of sad that the writing is the problem, right? Like the
writing is not the problem, Phil. It's you for not actually showing interest in the writing. Anytime someone was talking to her at a side content, oh my god, skip this, I don't care.
Writing and the elaboration of the story is the problem.
Even though they're showing you the story and not telling it to you with words.
If the story had been more streamlined and more, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But anyway, I'm not giving up on it this week, okay?
Don't you just love that he was trying to give his thought of how the story was not elaborate, and he just gave up on it? He's like, well, never mind. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna persevere through this story. Even though he had an argument going in his head, the voices kind of went quiet, and he dropped it right then and there. That's what he is. He loves to make up problems with no resolution, with no solutions to add. That is how Phil loves to set his arguments.
I want to keep playing it for this week and determine by the end of the week, do we want to continue with this game or not? So let's work on that together. Let's actually, definitively explore this game together this week.
No, Phil, because any single time that someone actually gives you advice in the game, you completely fucking ignore it. If they give you money and advice, that's when you take it, because you want the money. You do not give a shit about anyone else's opinions. You just want the dollar signs that comes right after it.
And see if it gets to a point where we want to continue. I'm hoping that because we hit Act 2, now it will be more interesting. I guess we'll see. Okay?
I guess we'll see, but I'm still bored, you guys. Oh, yeah, cherry juice, cherry gin, chew, chew, chew. Took him a while to chew on that water, huh? I think he was trying to taste the botanicals of that gin water.
This really baffles me. High's Darkness just said, I think maybe the game isn't for you. Out of all the people I've watched play it, they love the world building and pacing.
Well, then again, this person is absolutely correct. Because every single time that you play this game, you're bored with it. You don't give a fuck about Clive and Sid and all the other characters in the game. You don't give a shit about what they're fighting up against. You don't give a shit about the characters in the world, or the world building, or the pacing. It's not your game. RPGs are not your style of game. But you want to keep lying to yourself and the audience by telling them, but I'm a gamer, I love all kinds of games. But you really don't. You just try to milk it for what it's worth to try to get a little bit of extra dollars from people.
Okay, question. Honestly, what do they do for the 2 hours where they're doing bullshit?
So what you call bullshit, people call that exploration, they call it world building, the lore, the side content, adding more interest to the game. That's what they're doing. They're adding more interest to the game, and a lot of people tend to do them. But you don't, though. You want to rush to the next fucking game.
If they'll say they play 4-hour streams, 2 hours of their stream, they're talking to townspeople that have nothing to fucking do with anything. They have
world building.
Nothing to do with the plot. They're bullshitting. They're wasting time, running around doing fetch quests. They're getting combs. You know what I mean?
Then again, Phil, they're interacting with their audience. These people that do these streams, they actually give a shit about their fucking audience. They want to actually do stuff that entertains their audience because they have a better personality. They actually have more of an interest in Final Fantasy 16 than you do. Because you're just sitting there, slouched over, not even fucking giving a shit about the game, and you just want it to end so you can move on to, Street Fighter.
How do you find entertainment in that?
Then again, Phil, different strokes, different folks. A lot of people have different perspectives of what is interesting and entertaining than what's not. Everybody has that. But you don't seem to understand that because in the grand scheme of Phil Burnell, if you like Final Fantasy 16, you're an idiot, and if you think it's boring, then come on in. Doors open. Bring the gin.
No, really, I mean it now, Maybe they just are, young and they have, infinite time. I'm 41 years old.
And you're 41 years old. Good for fucking you. You've survived for 41 fucking years. A lot of people that are younger than you don't have a lot of time because they're busy with jobs. They're busy with the families, a social life, something that you never have. So if they have time to play the game, that's their prerogative. If they want to spend a day playing the video game on their day off, again, their prerogative. They can do whatever the fuck they want. But you seem to think that, oh, people that like this game have a lot of time on their hands because they're fucking losers. Even though the biggest loser is sitting right in front of us.
If I'm playing a game, I want to be enjoying myself. I don't want
Yeah, you did that on May 1st, and oh boy, that sparked a lot of drama.
to be wasting time on your menial shit, you know? I mean, every game cannot be, oh, this is now the game you play for 2 months straight. It's an insane time investment of your life, and God forbid you're looking for something fun to do. You're just invested, and you should enjoy every moment of every little menial thing we put into the game.
Well, yeah, that's the whole objective of the game, Phil. They put in stuff to add on to the length. They added on to the game time, the replayability, the world building, the lore, adding interest into the game. You're looking at that like it's a negative, not a positive. That is the problem here. All those shit that shit that you described, besides the menial part, that's all considered positive. That's what people are wanting in the game. They want a game that's actually worth the $70. But taking that away and you're charging $70, that's a waste of money.
No. Game developers should be looking to entertain first.
No. That is not what they should do at all. They should try to see if the game actually works before trying to entertain the audience, because gameplay is incredibly important, because you don't want to play through the game and all of a sudden one slash, oh, he can't slash again, the game's glitched, and then they immediately have to rush it back to go and fix it. Sure, they can tell a good story with it, but they're mostly focused on gameplay and how it runs, because if it doesn't run well, then you don't really have a game. You just have something that's going to be stuck on the drawing board for the rest of its life.
Not fill time. Too many game developers are looking to fill time and put a stamp on their game saying 100 hours of gameplay.
Not every single game does this, Phil. Look at a lot of indie game developers. They do it because they have a passion for video games, something that you tend to scoff at.
When half of that gameplay is not meaningful.
Then tell us, Phil, what in the unholy fuck is considered meaningful to you when it comes to games? Is it the combat? No. If it's too easy, you'll just keep pressing the button over and over and over and over until you win. Is it the side content? Oh, no. We already established full well that it's not the side content, because that's just bloat. Is it the story? No, you don't give a shit about it because you just want to rush through the game and you don't give a shit about the story, even though you proclaim yourself to care about the story. Is it about the money? Oh, absolutely. If people throw money at you while you're playing these games, that's the only thing you care about that's more meaningful. That way, you can pull it out of PayPal and put it right straight into Hulk Hogan's mouth.
That just drives me crazy, right? It's just fucking nuts, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. So, let's see. Again, let's see. I don't want to give up on the game.
You already said that like 3 times already, Phil, but you already have the mindset that the game is boring and you should just immediately drop it, even though you wasted $70 on it.
It's becoming too difficult for me to entertain an audience for a game that's full of boredom and bloat.
That is a you problem. If you are failing to entertain your fucking audience with a game that you bought, it shows that it's your fault, not the game's fault. It's not Final Fantasy 16's fault. It's not Tears of the Kingdom's fault. It's not Diablo's fault or even Street Fighter's fault. It is your fault because you try to proclaim yourself to be an entertainer, a clown for your audience. But if you fail to entertain, it just shows right there that you're not an interesting person. And everyone else that's playing Final Fantasy 16 and actually is pulling in a viewer base and people actually like that person, they're doing their job right. It's clear as day that you're not doing your job right.
That's what it is. Bloat. It's bloated content.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Bring up bloat again. We get it, Phil. You're bloated. Just take a Gas X and move on.
Not needed. They just say cut the fat. Get the fat off of there and just give me the lean, delicious stuff. I don't need to know about the fucking farmer who lives down the street who grows a bunch of plums and he has problems watering his plums. So you need to go defeat the freaking random enemies in the field that are blocking the stream that waters plums, and it takes 20 minutes to do this quest.
I just think that it's completely funny that he immediately goes into a food analogy about cutting the fat. Phil, if you are a chef, you should know for a full fact that if you leave the fat on there, it absorbs most of the juice. It absorbs most of the flavor. So what that essentially does when you keep the fat on, it adds on to the game's flavor. I'm using now games as a dish here just to give a point across to them. Leave the fat on, it requires a lot of fat to maintain the flavor. Like, it's just a good example. A good ribeye would have barely any fat on it, but that's considered the side content, stuff to actually build the world. The meat, the actual protein of it, is what makes the game interesting. The story, the combat, the visuals even, that is what makes that game good. But if that has too much fat, I will agree that's too much of it. That's too much fluff of it for barely of anything. But Final Fantasy 16 is just a nicely done ribeye, medium rare, with some fat on it. So it is doing its job right, but again, it just proves that you don't like anything good. You just want the boring meat.
It's fucking boring.
Well, then again, Phil, your streams are boring. What more can we say?
You know, it's dumb. It's boring. It's stupid.
How is it stupid? Adding on to the lore and the world building is stupid, even though you claim to like games were having that?
Not fun. Sorry. It adds nothing. Hey, here's really what you have to ask yourself, right?
All right, Phil, ask us this question.
So I'm playing Final Fantasy 16. Last stream, for the first time, the game opened up, and they let you travel to any part of the map. And all these side quests opened up, right?
So you're asking us a statement?
And I said to my audience, should I do these side quests?
So this isn't really a question. This is just like a flashback to what he was doing.
Right? Because here's the thing. If this game's like Witcher 3, and if these side quests are meaningful and have interesting plots to them, and there's world building, and they're critical, and they'll give you some good rewards in these cases, I will do them.
Yeah, way to compare Final Fantasy 16 to The Witcher 3. Even though, granted, good game, but it's a different type of game, though. It has a different type of story and a different type of atmosphere. You're looking at this really too hard into it, and anything that's coming out of your mouth, it's not very logical.
Right? Here's what I was told by my audience.
Okay, what were you told by your audience, Phil? Please tell us. What did your audience, in quotes, tell you?
No. You can literally skip every side quest up to this point. They're all boring. They're all trivial. They're all meaningless. They're just meant to kind of give side additional lore that really doesn't matter to the main plot of the game at all. And you get no rewards for them of any way. It's just a waste of time.
The way that he just stuttered his words, looked around, and started picking at his face, it's clear as day that he was not told this, and he's bullshitting everybody that's watching this due to the fact that he doesn't like the side content. He thinks it's boring. He doesn't like the world building. So it's all him. He doesn't give a shit about the side content. His audience does, but he just wants to say that, oh, they said it that way, it must be true.
So I just said, fuck it then. And I continued with the story.
Is your ear really worth of any interest? Because you're picking at it quite a lot.
Next thing you know, there's a time lapse. We're 5 years later. And I realized they were correct. I could have spent 4 hours in an open world doing every little trivial, meaningless piece of side content. And there still would have been the time lapse. And all those people would have been erased from existence. And none of it mattered.
Again, Phil, you can do the side content if you want to. That is your prerogative. You don't have to do it. It's the power of choice. But if people enjoy it, you immediately go, oh, you must like boring shit. Even though they like it on their own accord. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Different strokes, different folks. Right there, it just shows that he really hates the fact that he wants to make himself look right. He wants to make himself think that, yeah, it didn't matter, guys. Didn't matter. So that side content would be for nothing. Nothing would have come from it. Even though we already knew he wasn't going to do it.
Like, wow. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I had a lot of other things to say, but the voices stopped talking.
See, here's the thing. I'm going to directly respond to this. Anso Kamaru says, it adds plenty. People want to enjoy a game and immerse themselves in the lore.
Exactly.
None of the side quests are boring. There are plenty of side quests that tie directly to the story.
Exactly. There's some side content that doesn't add to the story, meaning that's quote-unquote menial to Phil's eyes, but it adds more to the world. There are some side content that can actually add on to the main story, adding character development for Clive, adding character development for Sid, all the characters involved. It adds development, which is a key factor to storytelling. But Phil doesn't like this. He just wants to rush it and try to move on to the next game.
The few side quests we've done were insanely boring. We haven't done a single side quest that's been meaningful.
No, Phil, no one else did the side content. Just you. You were the one that's playing the game. You were the one holding the controller, not your fucking audience.
And I did a few of them, and every one of them was just a time waster with literally nothing added to the lore of the game. It's just boring.
Even though it added plenty to the world, so you get to see how the characters inside of that world of Final Fantasy XVI were struggling. So it did add plenty, you just didn't give a shit.
We've done a few. Everyone was boring. Hand gruel to the guy who's hungry on a bench. It's fucking boring.
Even though you looked down on that and you looked at that as beneath you. You didn't care about the characters because you're like, oh, I have to do this? I guess I gotta go feed the homeless. Even though he claims that he cares, but he really doesn't. And it also shows how big of a piece of shit that he is, though, because he wants game developers to go homeless, to lose their jobs, if the game doesn't appease to his needs. Which, again, it's very selfish and egotistical and narcissistic for him to say so.
Alright, it's a waste. Kill these generic enemies, get an item out in the field, trade it in. Boring.
Only to you. Everyone else can find interest in it. You're the one that's bored.
Save this guy who's lost in the field surrounded by enemies. Boring.
Again, adds more to the world and it shows you what they're struggling with. But you don't give a shit because you're not struggling.
Doesn't add anything. It's a side story for the sake of having a side story.
It's a side story that shows you what the fuck is going on in the world, how they're struggling. But you don't give two shits because you're not struggling. You live in that gated community house.
Now you say, world building and immersion, okay? Here's what I consider being immersed.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Another smart lesson from Philip P. Burnell. Please, Phil, tell us, what the fuck do you think is immersive?
Playing any game for 30 to 40 hours is immersive to me. Because that's an experience that takes such an amount of time that I feel familiar and a part of the world. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I'm just about to hit the 50-hour mark. I feel like I've been a part of this world for a month and a half. I feel immersed in it.
No. You were never immersed in Tears of the Kingdom. You did not care. As soon as they were showing off Ganondorf, you did not care. You still didn't care. And as soon as you found out you had to do a fetch quest to actually finish the game, you immediately started using the crocodile tears, asking yourself, what did I do to piss off Nintendo when there's plenty you've done to piss off other people? And you just were saying that I want to just finish this game. This game is too bloated. This game is boring. You do not care about Tears of the Kingdom. And also, you don't even know what immersion is. But you claim that you do.
I do. Now you can say, but Phil, actually Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has 100 hours of content and you skipped 50 hours.
No, if you're going for the main story, then that would be about 40 to 50 hours, depending on how long you play. If you're doing the side content or the completionist runs, maybe it would take you 100 hours. So Phil right here, by what people are telling him, the voices in his head is just complete bullshit.
Who cares?
You clearly don't.
I played the game for 50 hours. I've had a lot of fun with it. I've
No, you have not. You complained that it was boring and bloated.
enjoyed the main dungeons. I've enjoyed the lore.
No, you haven't. As soon as people started making clips about you, you immediately got butthurt and you needed to get that preparation H right away.
I enjoyed the exploration aspect of getting all the Tears of the Dragon.
No, you did not. You did not explore any part of the world. You did not find any secrets to help build up your defense, your health, and your offense. You've done none of that.
Right? That was fun.
Even though you claim to have fun, you're telling yourself you're having fun, but we see fully on your streams that you're not having fun.
What are they called? Geoglyphs? And, getting all the towers and all that. It was fun. It really was. Genuinely,
It was fun, even though I said the game was bloated and that Nintendo was a bunch of fucking morons.
I enjoyed it. Some of the sky temples and things was fun.
Even though he didn't like this. I'm just going to keep bringing this point up over and over and over. He did not have fun with this at all.
Now, I skipped 40 hours of side content. Does it matter?
Yes, it does matter. If you're trying to increase your health, defense, and offense, yes, it does matter. It also helps out with the lore, the world building, so you can see development with the characters in the game. You do not care about development because you just want to go in, swing around your Master Sword, beat the game. Okay, I'm done. Next one, please.
I was immersed. I had a great time. And when
Not really.
I beat this game, I have just as much of a legitimate reason to review it as anyone else.
No, you fucking don't. You have no justifiable reasons to review this game at all. You have no positives to add into it. You kept saying that Nintendo was a bunch of fucking assholes, that they didn't know what they were doing, kept complaining that it's outdated, and that you didn't really provide any solutions to it to how it could be improved. Also, the lightning, something that was in Breath of the Wild that you bitched about in Tears of the Kingdom, calling it an entity? Yeah, you really have nothing to add for it, and you cannot review this game. Put it in your top 5 best games just so you can put it in your disappointing games list. It's gonna happen.
Just because there's 40 more hours of content doesn't make it more immersive.
Yes, it does. It adds to the game's length. It adds more to the world. It adds more to the gameplay. But you don't give a shit.
It makes it more time consuming.
And a lot of people could spend their time however they fucking please in the game. If they want to build more stuff in Tears of the Kingdom, let them do it. If they want to go explore and find all the secrets, let them do so. If they want to speed run it, if they choose to, let them do so. But you don't like it when people have fun with the game because they're doing it differently than you. You don't like it when other people have fun their own way.
If you want to immerse yourself in that and consume more of your time. But when you're someone who's trying to enjoy a variety of games in a set time frame, that doesn't matter.
Phil, not everybody does what you do. They don't sit on their ass lazily playing video games hoping for a fucking paycheck. They are not looking for that at all. Instead, they're playing the game to have fun, enjoy themselves, put a lot of time into the games that they were invested in, the game that they bought as a consumer. Not to, I'm going to go start streaming this game, guys. Oh, wait, no, I can't do that. No, I got to stop it here. Let's move on next time, guys. Over and over and over. They don't do that, Phil. Not every single gamer does what you, quote-unquote, do as a job.
Final Fantasy 16 attempts to immerse you in the world, and that's great, but don't immerse me with a bunch of boring, menial shit.
Even though it wasn't menial shit that you're proclaiming.
Immerse me with things that mean something.
Even though they did. They're showing you the world. They're showing you what the characters are going through in the world. Doesn't matter if it's the main character or the NPCs. It's telling you a story by showing you the struggles, showing you the war, the massacre, the bonds between a man and a woman in a fucking bed. That's what they're showing you. But you don't like it when they show it to you because, oh my god, Game of Thrones, over and over and over.
Actual world building, not the guy has to take a shit and I have to find a way to clean the outhouse for him.
Hey, great, it's scat joke, woo, fuck you.
That's boring. No one cares about that in 2023. That's shit they used to do back in the day, early days of RPGs. Why did they do that? Because back then, games were limited. You could only store a certain amount of data on a cartridge or a disc. So what they did is they would put in menial quests to pad the length of their games because they couldn't program in enough original assets to have original content, but make the game longer.
Even though they've done plenty of that. Even though, look at Mario RPG, even though that was done on a cartridge, they still provide you with a lot of stuff to do for that time. Same thing with Final Fantasy 1 for the NES. They provide you with enough content to last you until you move on to the next one. They did it with Zelda, they did it with Dragon Quest, they've done it with every single game. Now, if we're talking games like Mario World or Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, different stories. Because for the case of the original Mario Brothers for the NES, that game relied heavily on replayability. Didn't rely on saving, moving on to the next part. That's what was different. You're looking at it going, oh, they didn't have a lot of time or space for it. Even though they did, you just don't want to look and take the time and effort to actually do the research of anything. You just want to go what thinks is good in your head.
Those old fetch quests, those old kill a certain amount of monster quests existed to add world building when they couldn't fit more assets into the game to world build properly.
Even though the games have a lot of replayability, besides doing the side content that was menial back in the day.
We don't have that excuse anymore, but game developers are following the same tropes.
Not every single developer runs the same or follows the same tropes, Phil. Look at the indie devs. They have a lot of shit to do, and they want to do it the way that they want to do it. They want to tell a story their way, gameplay their way. Same with AAA developers. They want to do everything they want to in a certain way to not only get your money's worth, but to also look at it and say, hey, look how far we've come. We were a studio that Final Fantasy was our final game, and now it's our most popular franchise. Let's do it more justice. Let's make more. That's what Final Fantasy 16. They made mistakes with 15. They improved on it with 16. They've added a lot more content since then, a lot more things to keep people interested. You do not do anything to keep your audience's interest.
Because they're not original. Because they don't have enough creativity. They just follow the same shit they've always been doing. It's boring.
So you want it to be original, even though they're doing things unoriginal with new installments.
Phil, you make me angry, Phil. Sorry, it's 2023. Wasting half my time on your menial grindy shit is fucking boring.
Only to you, and it also proves right there that RPGs aren't your thing, but you want to talk for the sake of talking.
It doesn't actually make my game experience better, it just wastes my time.
Then drop Final Fantasy 16 and move the fuck on. There, saves everybody some time, doesn't it?
And I'm done with it at this point. I will criticize when it's valid.
No, Phil, you'll criticize whenever you're bored and that you think that you're being funny with it. Sorry, Phil, you're not funny when you're criticizing a game that has no real means of criticism at that point. Instead, you just want to criticize because you're a negative person. You can't think of anything positive to say, just don't say it at all. Ever heard of that before? Can't think of anything nice, don't say it at all? Alright, I don't think your parents ever taught you anything about morals.
Yes, Tears of the Kingdom is a great game and also has a bunch of bloated, boring,
even though it's not,
unspecific, time-wasting content that just annoys you if you're trying to actually get progress in the game.
Keep in mind, he has said that he is like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and he likes Final Fantasy 16. But when people mention content to him, he immediately goes into the negative saying that it's boring. So immediately contradicting every single point that he has made into a big fucking negative.
Final Fantasy 16 seems to be exactly the same. Stop wasting my fucking time.
Then don't play the games anymore.
My time is valuable. I don't have time to waste. I'm getting older. Give me fun experiences, not waste of my fucking life.
Phil, what you do every single day, sitting in front of your fucking computer, sitting in front of your TV screen in your office, that is wasting your time. It's not wasting my time. It's not wasting anyone else's, just yours. And you want to have a fun experience? Go outside more often. Go do shit that you would never fucking do in the history of your life. Do something interesting besides sitting there bitching and complaining on the fucking internet, saying that my opinions are right, guys, you gotta listen to me, while begging with your cup in your hand, waving it around in front of your audience, saying, yeah, please tip me, because if I don't have enough money, my time is wasted. That's all you care about, Phil, is money, money, money.
I demand more as a gamer.
No, sorry, your demands will never be fucking met, because all video games are made out there are not made for you. They shouldn't revolve around you. They revolve around the consumer, not the gamer or the fucking streamer.
Sorry, I deserve it. I paid my money. I didn't want to waste my fucking time playing your boring shit.
Well, then again, you bought it, and you experienced games that you thought was boring, what other people out there in the fucking world don't see the same viewpoint as you. But that is your opinion, and no, we do not have to respect it. Especially when you're saying that all game devs should follow what I want as the gamer, not anyone else.
Serious.
And I love how he's looking at his chat going, let's see, are people agreeing with me? Let's see. Oh, the people are agreeing with me. Okay, I guess I'm doing something right. Oh, I guess these people are really fucking gullible.
Seriously, I boot up fucking Final Fantasy 16. There better be something on every stream that entertains me. If not, the game developer failed.
No, they did not, Phil. No one failed. The only person that failed was you, because you did not entertain your audience.
Not me. Yesterday,
Yes, you failed.
someone left a comment on my video that drove me nuts.
Even though you don't even accept it, put it on your channel. Instead, you reject it.
Here's what they said, all right? So let me get this straight, Phil. You went to the Great Fairy, and you don't have, in 50 hours of gameplay, enough moblin horns to do a basic armor upgrade. Wow. To which I responded to the comment, yeah, wow. How is that a shortcoming of me? I played the game for 50 hours, and Nintendo didn't make it so that the item drops.
Even though item drops are RNG, Phil, again, learn how game programming works.
Nintendo made the game, not me.
Yes, Nintendo made an amazing game. You're playing it very boringly and not making money from it because you failed to entertain your audience.
You're right. In 50 hours of gameplay, you should have just gotten the items to do basic armor upgrades.
Even though you could have gone around and, I don't know, kill moblins.
It shouldn't have been more of a time investment of 50 fucking hours of your life to do a basic upgrade. Your comment completely proves my point about these games.
How does it prove your comments right? How does it prove your points right? It doesn't, Phil. They were criticizing you. They weren't criticizing Nintendo. They weren't criticizing Tears of the Kingdom. They were criticizing you for not learning the basic shit about fucking anything. Tears of the Kingdom, Final Fantasy 16, Diablo, Street Fighter, any game that you play for that matter. They're criticizing you, not the developer.
You did it. You hit it on the head.
How did they hit it on the head with any criticisms towards Nintendo? It wasn't against Nintendo, it was against you.
Nintendo should have made it more valuable time.
Okay, so you want every single item to be dropped. Oh, you found Moblin. Kill a basic fucking Moblin. Oh, hey, all the items, even the rare items are popped out. Oh my god, I could do whatever I want with it. No, Phil, you know what that does? It makes the game boring. It makes it not worth the challenge. That's why Nintendo did it that way, to make it challenging. But you don't like challenge unless it's swipe right. Oh, match up 4 fucking jewels and pull up another Hogan. You want that easy, simple gameplay with no fucking challenge.
No, you kill a million enemies and rarely do you get an item you actually need for anything constructive. Well then fuck it, you failed.
They didn't fail, Phil. They created an RNG that kind of worked. Sure, it gets annoying after a while, but that's the fun of it. Going to find the items, killing certain monsters over and over, making it more challenging and fun. Challenge is considered fun, Phil, but you look at oh, people that do that, there must be masochists.
I should be getting the items. I didn't avoid combat the whole game.
Yes, you did. You took 1 hit, took 11 hearts. Oh, fuck this, and you ran away.
I beat every dungeon. I fought all the mobs along the way.
No, you didn't, Phil. Every time you fought an enemy on the fucking world, not even in dungeons, you ran away. You avoided combat.
Why the fuck don't I have upgrade items?
Because it's your fault for not exploring the world or finding the items?
Because Nintendo failed.
No, they did not, Phil. My god, this is... this is just excuse central. And we're not even gotten into the Street Fighter bit yet.
Not me. Don't blame the gamer for not wanting to waste more of their life in the game.
Quit generalizing gamers, Phil. Not every single gamer does what you do. They don't avoid the combat. They rush into it head on to get their ass kicked. They learn. They move on. You rush into it, get your ass kicked. Oh, this game is boring and stupid. I'm not going to do that. And you just run away from every single battle unless it's mandatory.
They already invested enough time. We got to be reasonable at this point and stop fucking kissing the ass of the game developers because you're fanboys of the fucking genre.
Not every single person that played Tears of the Kingdom are the Nintendo fanboys. They're not Zelda fanboys. They're just the average consumer like everybody else. Or the journalists. They will give credit where credit is due and move on. You don't want to give credit where credit's due. Instead, you want to take that credit, rip it up, piss on it, and just move away saying that, yeah, that's what they gave me, even though they didn't.
Stop it.
Why don't you just stop generalizing gamers as a whole? Saying that, oh, people that like Tears of the Kingdom, they must be Nintendo fanboys. Or people that like Final Fantasy 16, they must be Squeenix fanboys. Where?
Really? Fucking stop it. It's nuts that we keep defending this. We should demand better for our time.
Really, Phil? For a developer like Nintendo to spend 6 years, maybe more, developing Tears of the Kingdom, they made a really good game after that long of development time? Same thing with Final Fantasy 16? Like, you don't want to give them any form of praise for that. Instead, you just want to shit on them because they did something that you didn't like. What you may not like, other people will like. That's a good thing with diversity when it comes to video games. When an opinion is so diverse that what one people might not like, another one will, and vice versa. But you don't want that. Instead, it's always, this game sucks because I'm right, you're wrong. My God, Phil, look in the mirror and evaluate that you're fucking wrong.
Not, oh, everyone gets a fucking pass. No, demand better and we'll get better games.
Alright, then go send an email to Nintendo and Square Enix where you're demanding better. Oh, right, you don't do that because that's a waste of time.
Imagine if Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was 100 hours and all 100 hours was interesting narrative and extrapolation and fun and not just wander in circles wondering if you'll ever get the item you need to upgrade. Or, gee, did I stumble upon a stables that starts a critical quest line that's important to the fucking upgrade tree? No. Just fucking make the game 100 hours of meaningful content.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go again with the menial argument. Phil, what is meaningful to other people will not be meaningful to you. What your opinion of meaningful is always, am I going to make money on this stream for my denhead idiots? That's all that you care about. You don't give a shit about the immersion of the games. You don't give a shit about what the game is entailing, what Nintendo put into this game, how much time they spent trying to make sure that they are telling a good story while giving you a world to explore. What people can find meaningful is highly different from you.
Cut out your 40 hours of fat bullshit.
Even though your fat head is exposing itself quite well.
But instead, people just continue to kiss the ass. You kiss the ass, you'll get more bloat, you'll get more boredom, and you'll sit here on a stream, wow, we're so excited for Final Fantasy 16. And we start to play like, what the fuck's going on?
Again, Phil, not everybody is having that mindset that you're thinking that they're having. At all.
Why are we still in a cutscene?
Why are cutscenes bad, Phil? You acted the same fucking way when it came to all these RPGs that you played in the past, not just now. You did the same thing with Metal Gear Solid, especially the third one. Oh, cutscenes! Cutscenes! Come on, just skip the cutscenes. You don't give a shit about the stories. Let the game developers tell the story they want to tell and move on.
Why are we talking to the townspeople again?
Because it's building more to the world and the lore.
Just fucking do something!
Hey, Phil, why don't you just turn the fucking game off and never touch it again?
You're putting me to sleep!
Well, then again, Phil, any fucking stream that you do can put a lot of people to sleep. It's like a fucking sponsor for Ambien.
I paid $70 for this!
Yes, Phil, you did, not your audience. Unless your audience decided to go spend the $70 for themselves on the game and have a better time than watching you complain about it. Sip your water and just shut the fuck up. Sleazy asshole.
Okay.
Sleazy slappy
Anyway.
asshole. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Smacking your lips like mwah, 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 and you think that it's so fucking funny. It's not. It's just annoying.
Obviously, I've gone on a rant, but
Well, no fucking shit. What gave it away, Sherlock?
the rant is warranted.
The rant is not warranted, because you're not providing anything that's justifiable in this rant. It's just you complaining about Nintendo and Square Enix, and that you're the gamer and you deserve more when you really fucking shouldn't.
If anything, this last month has proven the fact that these RPGs today aren't streamlined enough to be entertaining to any kind of an audience because they waste too much time.
Again, Phil, didn't someone in your comments tell you that this game is actually really good from someone else's stream because they're having fun with it? So again, they're having fun with it. They're providing entertainment while you're not doing any of that. So don't say that, oh, RPGs aren't streamlined to streamers. Again, they're not made for you, the streamer. It's made for the consumer.
Even being interactive with you guys, because, when we're getting bored with these games, of course I'm talking with you and we're having a good time interacting, but still.
You're not interacting with them at all. The only times you ever interacted with your chat is if they give you money or you're banning people. So again, you're not being interactive with your audience. You're actually being quite the opposite. You're being toxic towards your audience.
Cut the bloat.
Yeah, cut the bloat. Let all that gas out. Oh, wait. It smells like DSP in here.
Fuck, man. And that's the other thing, too, that's hilarious about Tears of the Kingdom. Nintendo justified Tears of the Kingdom being $70 by saying it's $70 because it's 100 hours long. Your game is not 100 hours long.
It was only speculated to be 100 hours long, and they've never said anything about the game being 100 hours long. The reason why they were justifying it, because they were experimenting with it. They were experimenting to see if games deserved that $70 price tag because they saw their competitors doing it. It was an experiment, Phil, not because the game's 100 hours long, and that's why they're doing it, even though you did zero fucking research on this.
It's not. Your game is around 50 hours long. You put in 50 hours of bullshit, and then you charge more money for it. Then don't give me 50 hours of bullshit. I'll pay the normal price for the streamlined game that's fun. And
what's considered the normal price for you? $40? No, it has to be free because it's on Game Pass.
And that way I don't have to put up with your excuse for why you had to charge me more money.
Even though it was an experiment, Nintendo has a shitload of money, Phil. They are more than likely to experiment with anything and get away with it. That's the sad part about it. But you will never accept it. Because instead you'll be like, oh no, they did this, 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 and this. Oh my god, Nintendo is a bunch of fucking idiots. Oh no, no, I'm right. Ack.
Because that's the other catch there too, right?
There was no catch with it, Phil. It was just an experiment. Move on.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, this whole fucking rant is unbelievable. Is there a point to this, Phil? Or is it just you shitting a lot? Like shitting your pants, shitting the bed, just going, it's Nintendo and Square Enix's fault. Wah.
And here's the other funny part of people being stupid, too. Phil just wants a game that's on rails. Couldn't be further from the truth.
Yes, you do. You want a game that holds your fucking hand, that's incredibly fucking linear, and that it doesn't provide you with any challenge. You just want... Okay, I beat the game. That's all he wants, is barely any challenge. That's what he wants.
What was the most fun part that I had in Final Fantasy 16 so far? The first time we went to a map and the game let you explore.
Oh my god. So in Act 1?
Instead of just being on rails, there was optional areas to go and fight enemies, little mini bosses and stuff.
AKA side content that you hated?
That was the most fun part because it felt like Final Fantasy for the first time in the whole game.
Oh my god, you're just making bullshit up. So, let me get this straight. You liked it when they introduced you to the world, and you liked doing the optional shit that just required you to press one button and be done. Way to be contrarian, Philip.
But that felt meaningful. It did. It was like, oh, I can choose to explore if I so choose. I can go off, I can look for optional items, I can do all this stuff. Now, admittedly, to find out all the optional items I picked up were worthless because they're just crafting items you don't even use.
Again, Phil, this just proves how big of a hypocrite you really are. Oh, this game offers side content? Fuck yeah, let's go. Offers you a side content that's actually meaningful and actually adds more to the world building. Oh, this is boring. Why the fuck did they add this into the game?
That pissed me off. But it was still fun to be able to have that freedom to explore, right?
Even though, going back to Tears of the Kingdom, Nintendo offered you that and you hated it.
There's a difference between, oh, there's optional content that's fun because I choose to do it, or you sat through 20 hours of boring cutscenes that have nothing to do with the story.
So you watch cutscenes that were related to the story and you're saying that they're not related to the story, even though it was showing you exactly what was going on in the world, adding more to the story and world building, and you just don't like interesting stories. Great talk.
Big difference. Just, like, holy shit. Can we stop with the nonsense? People are crazy today, man.
People are crazy for liking games like this, but if you try playing this game and become incredibly bored and you don't want to have fun with it, you'll just go on a rant. Unbelievable.
The thing is the game defense force, right? Well, Phil's just a hater. I'm not a hater.
Yes, you are. You are clearly a fucking hater, Phil. God damn. I love how you had to fucking justify your own bullshit, your own negativity with, guys, I'm not a hater. I love this game. This game has a cutscene. This game sucks.
I want better experiences for me and you. I want our time to be better invested in meaningful gameplay experiences.
No. He wants his time benefited. He doesn't give a shit about his audience's time. He wants his benefits more well known. He wants his money secured. He doesn't give a shit. He just wants you to give him money so that he can benefit from playing a quote-unquote boring game. That's all he wants.
Because this is now the biggest entertainment medium in the world, right? Imagine if you went to see a movie.
Oh, God, he's using the movie analogy again. God, no.
Why do you think people are so bored with Final Fantasy 16 on my streams?
Who's bored with it, Phil? Except for like 1 or 2 people? No one else was bored with it, just you.
Because the game's fucking boring. There's too much fucking bullshit. It's bad, boring bullshit. Cut it out. Give me good stuff.
He just wants a walking simulator. He just wants a Telltale game. That's what he really wants. A game that's short, episodic, and builds more to his time. That actually was worth his time. That's what he really wants. And when they say they wanted a rail game, that's what he wants.
You want to know a game that blew me away, that was streamlined? Mafia 2.
Oh god, Mafia 2. Good game, but the way he played it, not good.
Mafia 2 is a game that almost has no side content whatsoever. But every moment you're playing it,
even though it does have side content.
There's interesting story developments, there's interesting gameplay, and even though it's a shorter game, it's actually under 20 hours long, every moment you play the game, you're having fun.
And was that worth $60 when it came out? No, it wasn't. It should have been cheaper. But that's the problem, though. You're saying that a game should give you its money's worth. That's what Final Fantasy 16 and Tears of the Kingdom are doing. And they do. But a game like Mafia 3 or Mafia 2, not really. And why are you holding up your hands like the Jesus pose? Like, yes, I am your Messiah. Pigbirds of fucking Finlandia.
So, give me a game like that. Stop wasting my time.
Like I said before, and how is it I called this? This is exactly what he wanted. He wanted a game that's like 10, 20 hours. Call me a goddamn prophet.
Give me a game without the bullshit, without the lore, world building. Ooh, I need to be immersed in its universe of bullshit.
Hey, I think he watched my content. I think that's the reason why, because I called him out for lore, world building, and immersion. Glad to see that my video is stuck in your head.
It's all bullshit. Pull your head out of your ass. It's bullshit.
My head is actually looking up at my ceiling right now, and it's actually looking quite clean right now. Even though if you looked up, you'd probably see brown.
Are you studying how many warts are on the ass of each moblin? That's lore. It's interesting, right?
Oh my god, he's immediately going into scat butt humor. Why do you think that this is funny, Phil? It's not. The only reason why I'm kind of snickering at it is because he really thinks that this is funny. That this is an intellectual conversation. It's really not.
Come on.
Did you look at how many veins were on Hulk Hogan's dick when you were sucking it, Phil? Were you?
These fucking people, man.
All these fucking people having fun with Final Fantasy 16. Guys, the game is boring. Stop having fun.
Oh my god. Anyway. Exactly. Goldfish says, and that's sad because Mafia 3 was one of the worst examples of bloat. Correct. Why is Mafia 2 a better game than Mafia 3? Because in Mafia 3, you had the good, streamlined content that was fun, but then you couldn't do the next story mission until they forced you to do grinding, boring, open world gameplay of base takeovers, gang takeovers, and it sucked ass. It was like, why are you wasting my time and making me do 20 to 30 hours of boring bullshit to advance your otherwise great plot?
Honestly, at this point in the rant, I'm actually going to agree with Phil on this one. Mafia 3, as good as a game it could have been, it really wasn't that great because of the shit that they made you do. The fucking taking over the bases, trying to do your sub bosses to do everything. It wasn't that great of a game, but he's trying to compare Mafia 3 to games like Final Fantasy 16 and Tears of the Kingdom, where those games aren't bloated the way that he thinks that it is. But Mafia 3 was definitely bloated. That's the only point I will agree with throughout this entire rant. So you know what? GG's, Phil.
Fuck you. Stop wasting my time. Why? They wanted to slap a tag on. This game has 60 hours of content. No, it doesn't.
It wasn't trying to say, hey, we're slapping on the fact that it's 60 hours of content. We're trying to say, hey, here's a continuation of Mafia 2, a game that everyone likes in the Mafia world with a different character. That's what they were doing with Mafia 3.
It has 15 hours of content with 40 hours of time wasting. It's
Again, people's way of wasting time is completely up to them. If they want to do so, that's their prerogative. If they don't, hey, their prerogative too.
not the same. Okay.
And he's rocking back and forth in that fucking chair. He's been doing that quite a lot recently.
So anyway.
But also, you see right there is that he's looking at his chat for validation. And as soon as he mentioned Mafia 2, he immediately got that validation from his chat. That's what he's looking for.
Here's the funny part about it is, we just played an RPG, right? We just played a classic, Final Fantasy V.
Oh god, yeah, I remember Final Fantasy V, and you did that little sing-along when you were banning people for spamming the fucking pride flag.
Remember that one? You remember how that one had a lot of interesting stuff in the story, but also side content that was fun and meaningful?
But also told you the story via exposition. That's what he likes. He likes it when the game is telling him, hey, X-Death is coming. Hey, the world is ending. Hey, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Telling you, not showing. He likes it when a game tells him what to do, not shows you what's going on or shows you what to do.
You want to talk about a game? The classics got it right. The classic games did it absolutely correctly with the balance. That if you so choose to do this optional super dungeon or fight this optional super boss, you could do it. You didn't have to. There was enough meaningful content in the main story that was challenging and fun, and the plot was interesting, kept you engaged. The classics did it right with RPGs.
And Final Fantasy V is not the best Final Fantasy to use as the example. If we're talking like 4, 6, 9, 7 even, if we're talking about those, yeah, those are good examples. 5, not really. The only big, best selling point is that you could change jobs with the main characters. That was mostly it.
And then somehow along the way, they just lost their way. You know what it is?
They did not lose their way, Phil. They did not. They ended up changing the way the game plays to fit the times. Look at Final Fantasy 15, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Final Fantasy 16. It's now more of an action-based RPG. That's what it became. And a lot of people say now it's an action game, when in reality it's still an RPG. It just has a lot of action mechanics. So they're changing to what a new audience would like. So they're doing things right with that for the most part.
Really was the era when RPGs meshed with MMOs.
Wait, what? That's Final Fantasy 14 and 11. That's when they meshed it in, but all the other ones, no.
Because all of a sudden, instead of it being the meaningful stuff in the RPG, they just said, let's throw in a bunch of MMO shit. Let's have you...
No. Where the fuck did MMO come from? No. That's not what happened with it, Phil. You're just talking out of your ass right now.
Go search for the meaningless item for world building purposes. Let's go have you kill 400 mobs to get a random item drop. Why did they fuse?
Phil, they've already did that with Final Fantasy 14. But again, that was a massive multiplayer game. Final Fantasy 16 is single player. What the fuck?
MMOs work because they're supposed to be online social experiments with time investment, so you're having fun with a group. I don't need to have MMO elements in my single player RPG. I never did.
How is that experiment? Like, I'm honestly baffled by this fact. How is it that he's confusing an MMO for an experiment, but at the same time he's saying that games took elements of MMOs into current RPGs? No, Phil, that's not the case at all. You're just making a bullshit analogy to try to get your point across.
It was really when the fusion happened that all of a sudden everything fucked up for RPGs and
No, it did not, Phil. You're talking out of your ass. You just don't like RPGs.
became a waste of everyone's time. It really was. And it hasn't improved. It's gotten worse.
Really? It's not improved at all? Final Fantasy 16 became one of the fast-selling Final Fantasy games of all time. Diablo 4, same thing. Even though people did not give a shit about Activision Blizzard, they did not like them. But Diablo 4 sold well. It really did. People actually like to play it. Tears of the Kingdom, granted, I wouldn't call it an RPG, but some people do, sold a shitload of copies after being in development for so long because people were anticipating it. So, no, what you're saying is bullshit.
Pushing towards that. Every game is an MMO. No, they're not. Not every game is game as a service. Not every game is a time waster game. And not every game is an MMO.
Every single game is a time waster. Whether it be a good time waster or not is completely up to the player, not you.
Just because I'm playing an RPG doesn't mean I want 100 hours. If it's 100 meaningful hours, I'll gladly take it. But I don't need 100 hours where 60 hours are boring time wasters.
So he doesn't want any game to provide him side content. He just wants the main story, move on, just a boring story with no side content. That's, like I said, what he wants. No side content, just 10, 20 hours of just story, and move on.
Give me 40 hours of good content. And tell me where the good content is so I can do it.
Phil, what is considered good content is very subjective. It's not objective like you're thinking that it is. What people can find to be good content is entirely up to the player that plays it. What someone finds to be good content might not for someone else, and vice versa. It's a vicious cycle that keeps going. A lot of people like Final Fantasy 16 for its side content. Same with Tears of the Kingdom. They like the fact that they can explore the world and find secrets. They like all of that. You don't, because my time is valuable and wasted. It's like, it just sounds like you're gonna die the very next day and you want to make it last. Which, honestly, it won't with you.
Not that you give me a 100-hour world, oh, but the good content's hidden over here to the side and you kind of have to stumble upon it yourself. No, just...
But then again, didn't he say the whole thing about Diablo 4 was incredibly boring except for the end game stuff? Whenever you complete the game, you're doing the post-game stuff with the dungeons, even though that's not really good at all because the campaign for Diablo 4 is good. So it just shows right there that Phil has no idea what he's talking about.
Tell me where to fucking go.
I know full well where you can fucking go, Phil. The garbage can is calling. It's saying, Philbert, jump in me. Take another sip of your water. Goddamn, asshole. How many sips do you have to chew?
All right. I've ranted and ranted again. I think we're done with the rants here.
Goddamn, you've ranted a long fucking time. Fucking hour and 12 minutes. Goddamn, this is going to be another long one.
Okay. Let's seriously stop with the ranting. All right?
Even though you'll keep ranting, because it's Friday Night Fights tonight. Yay!
But I think you see my point. Once we finish with Diablo, once we finish with Zelda, we need variety. We need to be doing something completely different. We'll see if I continue with Final Fantasy 16 after this week. Let's see how the game goes, all right?
We want variety. Phil, no. You provide no variety, because every single time it's the same thing. You just sitting there in front of the fucking camera begging for money. Every single time you go on break or you split the part, you're still begging for money. You want people to give you money. You're in the middle of a fight, someone gives you money, you stop the fight. Okay, gotta read my tip, hang on. Big Baller 57 gave me $10, oh my god.
Right? I want your feedback, really. When I'm streaming Final Fantasy 16, come on by, let me know what you think. By the end of this week, I would like to make a determination. Are we continuing with this game? Or is it actually so badly designed with this bloat and bad pacing that it's too boring and we don't want to continue?
Phil, they already gave you feedback and you completely rejected it. Every single time they're talking about how the game has good side content, you completely bastardized it and you completely rejected it, calling them morons for liking it. So no, feedback is never going to be put into your ears and dance around your brain, because you'll just look at it, hold it up like a piece of paper, and crumble up and toss it in the fucking trash can.
Because I don't want to commit myself. By the way, I have no clue how long Final Fantasy 16 is.
Yes, he does. He knows full well how long this game is. The way that he just did the putting his hand on his chest, wiggling his head around, looking to the side, he knows how long it is. He's just bullshitting you.
I don't want to commit myself to another 80-hour playthrough where we're going to be bored for 2 months. I'm being honest.
Phil will be bored with it, not his audience.
I had enough of that.
I had enough of that. My time is wasted. My time needs to last, god damn it.
I want something that's going to be entertaining to all of us. Not that we're sitting around with our thumbs up our butts, bored to tears, falling asleep.
Even though you passed out in any fucking game. Like a Dragon Ishin, you were passing the fuck out. So you're bored with the games, Phil. Nobody else.
Okay, so let's see what happens in the next week, and then we'll make a determination for ourselves, okay?
Oh god, yeah, play the game, drop it because it's boring, go back to it again when people keep asking for it. It's a vicious cycle with Phil. If the game is too boring for him, he'll drop it, then he'll go, guess I gotta play this again. Honestly, I did not expect that rant to go as long as it was going to, but apparently Phil just wants to rant, I guess. So, later on, he actually just went out to play Street Fighter to do his Friday night fights, because that's his new routine on Fridays, I guess. But before he actually started moving on with that, he did play Street Fighter with Blanca, bragging about his Blanca diamond, and that he wanted to move on to get his 1,000 wins. But along the way, there was plenty of good salt to be had, so there's that. Already looking to a great start.
Couldn't do anything. He did not outplay me at all. I outplayed him, but all his moves are safe, so I can't do anything.
Yep, an amazing start where he's automatically saying that it was unearned and he didn't outplay him. Yep, great start with Kente.
Literally can't do anything to any of his moves.
Well, you can't do anything because it's like spam moves that you're trying to do over and over and over and over again. They're not working because your opponent can see it from a mile away. And then again, you're going up a 3-star diamond from the Guava Goons. You're playing up against the Sleepy One, who is fully awake for this.
So ridiculous.
So ridiculous. Phil, you didn't get any hits, but you got the throw. How's that ridiculous?
What the fuck? I didn't want sweep, and he gets random drive impact at the level 3. Dude.
Yes, because you whiffed it. You didn't use a good move, and you left yourself open. GG's to the Sleepy One.
Dude, it's 100% scrub gameplay.
How's that scrub gameplay? I mean, clearly, Sleepy One is doing amazing moves up against you and whooping your ass. But no, that's scrub gameplay.
There's no skill to these Kens. There's just the character's too fucking safe.
Well, there's no skill to your Blanca gameplay, so what's there to say about Ken? Ken's doing better than you.
The character is too fucking safe.
Hey, look, Mash Super, duh.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, too fucking safe, yet what you're doing is considered safe.
You've got to be kidding me!
That was actually a good clutch. GG, Sleepy One.
You've got to be kidding me! He earned nothing!
He earned the win, Phil. Just give him his GGs and give him his roses and tulips and just move on to the next match. Stop smashing on that fucking joystick.
What bullshit, dude?
Oh, it's all bullshit. I'm the one that's wearing the Guy Fieri hat. Me!
Mash jab beats everything in the game.
Even though that mash jab that you're describing as a scrub tactic, it's actually a pretty valid tactic to jab. It works.
Mash Shoryuken, dude, this sucks.
They didn't mash it, Phil. They were timing it right, seeing if you would screw up. You did. God damn, dude.
No fucking electricity. Mash jab.
Yeah, you're not putting in that input, Phil. I mean, granted, you're doing some parrying here because someone is coaching you, but Jesus. You got wall bounce, dude.
Why did he win?
Because he parried throughout the electricity, beating out your super. Again, Sleepy One knows what he's doing.
He has giant hit strings that are safe into drive impact. No one else has that besides Luke.
Yeah, Luke, Ryu, Ken. You're gonna say that Jury, Cammy all have that as well because they all play the same when they really don't. Man, he's just rocking back and forth in that chair. He's like, I gotta win, guys. I gotta win. Oh, I'm losing bullshit.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, and that's why you got hit. Wait, why was Blanca twerking? Was he twerking? Hang on. I'm sorry. I got
not doing anything.
What the hell is that parry. Like, granted, it's a funny little taunt, but really? Why was that needed? But then again, this is part of the reason why he likes Blanca so much.
No electricity!
I didn't drop anything! It's the game's fault! Where?
Oh my god, this is such bullshit. All my moves drop. Fuck this guy.
How is that a bad thing? He outplayed you. You're attacking. He used Drive Impact. He made it into a combo. Got the level 3. This Ken is pretty skillful. GG's.
You suck. All my moves fucking drop, and you get free combos. Bullshit. You suck my ass. This guy is terrible. Level 3. 3-star fucking Diamond Ken, and he's terrible.
How is he terrible, Phil? I mean, clearly, Sleepy One put a lot of time and effort into Ken and actually beat you with it on classic controls. So goddamn, you're getting salty for being outplayed. My god, this is a great mountain assault, especially for Street Fighter.
Walk forward, easy mode gameplay, and I can't counter it because it drops my moves.
Even though you played as Ryu, called it free easy gameplay, and you still did terrible with Ryu.
But when I get opportunity, he mashes through.
What opportunities did you have? You just stood there and took it.
Fuck, dude, that character is busted bullshit.
Not really. There are plenty other characters that are busted bullshit, in your words. Manon can be, Marisa can be, Zangief can be, but you like those characters except for Manon.
I don't like this at all. I think characters like fucking Zangief are way underpowered, and Ken by far is my #1 most hated character in this.
Then again, Zangief is a powerhouse. His only disadvantage is that he's slow. He's balanced. While Ken is a quick and aggressive. If you want quick and aggressive, Ken is your go-to. If you want up close and personal with a lot of fast hits, go for either Jamie or fucking Cammy. All the characters in fucking Street Fighter are meant to be balanced. But you just don't like Ken because you can't get a good read on him, especially for anyone that plays as him.
It's not, there's nothing he didn't outplay me. He mashed Drive Impact out, he mashed reversal.
Even though you're the one mashing on the button trying to put out electricity.
He got lucky with 1, 2, 3, oh, right into Drive Impact because I can do that and no one else can.
Even though other people can do it a lot better than you, you're just salty that you can't do it.
Trash. It's complete trash. It's an abomination.
How is it an abomination? I mean, he whooped your ass. Give the roses and tulips, but you won't because you're all focused on the negativity.
Hate that fucking character. Thank you for the $1 tip.
Yeah, I hate that character. Oh, hey, money.
For the person who's a troll. Alright, let's
Yeah, he won't even read the messages. He'll just say, oh, it's a troll. Banned.
continue. No, really. I've just had enough of this bullshit now. Like, he didn't outplay me or do anything impressive. I know. If I just stand here and mash jab, you can't do throw mix up. You can't do anything. I just jab through everything. And then I'll just do 1, 2, 3 move.
Even though you could block them, parry them, you could do whatever it takes to get away from the jabs, but you stood there and took it like a little bitch that you are.
Over and over.
I think I'm funny.
It sucks. It's not even fun to watch that shit.
Your gameplay isn't fun to watch. Whenever you win, become a sore winner. When you're a loser, all that salt like profuses out of the mouth, and it's very entertaining. Hey, welcome back, JP. Hey, you're fighting up against Vegas. Hope you don't lose to the house.
Fucking nonsense. Get this shit out of my face.
Yeah, just be glad that he does not play like in actual tournaments, because shit like that would immediately get him disqualified, and he would throw a big bitch fit. Oh, Evo kicked me out. They said I was toxic. I didn't do anything. There's like video evidence of him saying, get the fuck out of my face, you fucking bitch.
Oh, it's an anti-air, or it stops my anti-air now for no reason, right?
Even though you weren't hitting anybody.
He's not good. He's just standing at range and getting fucking spamming shit, and it's annoying as fuck.
Even though he was baiting you, he baited you, you took the bait and lost. He did good, Phil. Give him his roses and tulips and move on.
I didn't do anything. Why am I getting hit?
Because you dashed forward. That's why you're getting hit.
I didn't know. What? On fight, he does drive rush. It hits me from full screen and it's a free 50% combo when I didn't even do anything.
Even though he got a 40% hit combo.
Oh my god, dude, this is the luckiest motherfucker I've ever played. He's the luckiest motherfucker I ever played.
I wouldn't call that luck, Phil. I would call that skillful. He saw you coming, used drive impact, countered you, whooped your ass. This JP player, Vegas, knows what he's doing. And you just lost to the house. Now get the fuck away from this table, please.
No! No, you didn't earn it. You fucking
Mash.
You suck. You fucking lucky fuck.
How is he lucky, Phil? He outplayed you. God, anytime someone outplays him, no, he just got lucky. These fucking scrubs.
Can't block. What the fuck? It's like, dude, blatant. Just fucking block. He's doing nothing of any importance right now.
He's baiting you. That's what he's trying to do. He's keeping his distance, seeing what you would do next. Sure, he's not doing anything because you're getting lucky with it.
Just block. No, I'm gonna get hit by random mash punch and one hit goes to a giant combo. Jesus.
Phil, you won the round. Jesus Christ. How toxic can you be when you're winning matches and rounds?
Yep, I'm toxic. Look, all lucky hits.
No, they're not lucky hits, Phil. This is pretty good gameplay. It's all skillful. He got you in a juggle. He's doing good.
Oh my god, his kick crosses me up. It stops the anti-air again.
Yes, he did. Because you were attacking high, he attacked low, then attacked medium. He did good.
What the fuck? Oh my god!
Phil, don't make any fucking excuses from it. You saw him doing it and you did nothing.
Everything is safe. Dude, this is absolutely ludicrous.
Because JP has good reach with that cane. Blanca doesn't really have a good reach unless he's kicking low.
What? It hit! It hit!
Yes, it did hit, Phil. Even if you weren't even touching the ground yet, you would have still got hit by that drive impact.
Didn't let me block, dude. This
Phil, you were in the air. By the time you touched the ground, it was already done.
fucking shit is ridiculous nonsense. I've had enough.
I had enough. Is there an option to get rid of characters I don't want to go up against, please? Oh, there's not. This game sucks.
This safe online bullshit gameplay. He didn't do anything impressive. He didn't counter hit. He sucked and ate a million throws. But I have a pattern online. And
Even though he did counter you multiple times.
you can't get around it because everything I do is fucking plus. And everything you do gets stuffed.
Even though you did nothing impressive either, Phil. You kept spamming the same moves, becoming predictable.
Because I'm a lucky motherfucker. Every time he jumped.
No, Phil. You're the lucky motherfucker, because you get to sit on your ass playing video games, waiting for people to give you money every single day, and you call that a job when it really fucking isn't, Phil. You claim that everyone else is lucky? Nah, that's you. Especially when it came to that 1,000 wins, that's completely illegitimate.
Never should have hit me once. Every time he jumped, it should have been up ball or my anti-air fierce kick. Fucking stuffs it? You didn't time it to stuff it, you fucking jerk.
Yes, he did. When he used that drive impact against your Blanca ball, he timed it and stuffed it. So don't get around saying that I was better than him when you really weren't.
You just got lucky, and it pisses me the fuck off. They didn't earn shit.
Who earned shit, Phil? How is anything that they've done unearned and what should be earned? If they stood there and took it, getting their health down to like 50%, and then they do one move on you, oh, okay, that hit was earned. No, Phil. You're just not good at the game, and you proclaim yourself to be really, really good when you're really not.
Mash jab beats everything.
Oh, hey, you're going up against Cushions, the queen of the cakes.
It's just lucky bullshit. She got lucky, I interrupted, but somehow she recovered in time. And
Even though she was blocking that electricity, she didn't get lucky. She timed everything.
she just smashes jab through all my fucking moves now.
Again, she has a really quick jab, Phil. That's why she can go through it and beat your medium jabs, which is somewhat quick, but not really.
Oh, now my reversal doesn't work anymore. It whiffs, goes right through her body.
Even though it whiffed entirely and you didn't do anything. Even if it tried doing something, she would have blocked it.
Wow, you're an amazing player. You literally walk forward, mash the same moves, and mash jab when I'm near you.
Even though you put yourself in the fucking corner, Phil. So, yes, she did know what she was doing, and she outplayed you and beat you. Man, you got taught the birds and the bees, and they just immediately kicked your ass.
Nothing, any reactions. Again, just mash a pattern online, get away with it.
Immediately was trying to think of an excuse, got lost mid-thought, and he was like, oh, yep, online patterns, yep, safe.
For some reason, my perfectly timed anti-air gets stuffed for no fucking reason.
Let's go back. Was there a perfect anti-air? Let's find out. Let's see.
For some...
Nope, because you were in the middle of that attack animation, it was finishing up. So yes, it went completely through it, stuffing it.
And then she wins the round. Did she time that? Did she plan for it? No.
Yes, because she knew she was going to hit the ground. Went for a kick in the air, got you, and then proceeded to do her spiral kick. So yes, birds and the bees are kicking your ass.
She just did it because the game is fucking full of shit and gives her stuff.
Even though you do a lot of shitty things and a lot of scrub tactics in this game and proclaim it to be skill.
I'm not getting outplayed, just smash jab.
Even though that's a valid tactic and you're being outplayed.
Nothing I can do. Literal bullshit.
You could have counter drive impact that, but did you? Nope. Just stood in the corner and took it.
It's literal bullshit. I can't do anything. I'm parrying everything. I still get fucking beat. Everything is safe. Look, everything is safe for her.
Even though you were doing the Blanca ball in the air, that was completely on you. You just left yourself open and she got a perfect on you. Nice way to end the set.
Everything is completely safe for her in the corner. She just stands there at that range. I can't ever hit her. No reversals. Parries are worthless. Mash jab. Safe mid-range dash bullshit combos.
Even though all of that is not bullshit and the parries do mean something if you know how to time them right, which again, you really don't know what that word means at all.
Just like Ken, just like everyone. There's nothing I can do about it. It's bullshit. It's unbalanced.
You could always learn, but you refuse to learn because you're the Street Fighter pro.
It's not fair. It's nonsense. Yet, she can just mash jab through all my moves. Oh, I'm going to get a perfect anti-air into a juggle. No, her kick just goes right through your anti-air.
Because your anti-air was not timed right. If it was timed a little bit more faster, maybe you would have had a shot, but you didn't. You timed it late.
But it beats everyone else. No, not her, not that Minot, not that anyone at that angle with that deep kick. Oh, just beats it anyway. So I have no anti-air. No, you don't. You have no.
No, you don't have any good skill. And every time you're trying to show off your skill, it's not really worth a while. And it just makes me laugh like Jamie right there.
No anti-air that's reliable. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Capcom.
I just love Jamie's face like, hehehe.
Yeah, it's bullshit, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired because I'm outplaying them, and they do pattern.
Phil, you're not outplaying them. If you were outplaying them, you would have won.
And the pattern beats everything I do, and I'm tired of being beaten by a pattern.
Well, here's the thing with that, though, Phil. If you know how to do the pattern well, then yes, you would have had a chance. But you don't know anything about pattern play, and you're going to proceed to get kicked repeatedly by Jamie, the boy.
Block. Hit me anyway into a wall bounce.
Yes, it did, because you weren't blocking. You were blocking low. Low blocks would not do anything.
I blocked it, and it hit me into a wall bounce. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm so bad at this game!
It's unbelievable. Random super.
It was a random super that was timed well, Phil, because you were still open. And looky there, it was a punish counter too.
What the fuck?
You went for an attack and then Jamie countered with a drive impact? See, there you go, numbnuts. You use parry up against a drive impact. So see, parrying is worth a damn. But you want to say that's not because I know what I'm talking about. I played Street Fighter 2.
I'm not doing anything.
That's your problem.
I can't do it. He just keeps doing that. I can't do anything about it. I literally can't do anything about his fucking drive impact. It beats me every time.
Even though right there he did a drive rush into a throw, which was nicely timed.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he scored a touchdown.
Wow, you really outplayed me when you spam drive impact 700 fucking times.
Even though he wasn't spamming it, he used it to his advantage.
God damn it.
God damn it, I hate Jamie. I hate any fast players I go up against.
Oh, you're gonna get salt. And oh, even now, again, my mouth overpowered with salt flavor.
Yeah, that's all I'm tasting right now is salt. God damn it, the doctor told me not to ingest a lot of salt today.
Another Ken?
Yes, another salty event!
This is the Ken Bonanza. Forget the Blanca Bonanza.
Nobody really gave a shit about the Blanca Bonanza. It's all about the Ken streak, baby.
This is fucking Ken Bonanza. A 4-star Ken. Oh my god. Well, I'm going back to 2-star Diamond now.
Well, you should belong in the trash can. Oh wait, you already do. Also, I do like the name of this Ken because it's definitely fucking showtime.
Yeah. Mash jab! Free combo! Mash the jab! He dropped his combo, thank God, because he mashed jab through.
No, Phil, he didn't drop the combo, he got burnt out. He was using his drive impact meter way too much. But you got lucky when you saw that he dropped it. You recovered very slowly, but still got the hit. It's very fucking lucky you got that round.
Oh my god. Mash jab.
Oh my god, mash jab. Oh my god, mash excuses.
Mash jab.
Oh Jesus Christ, that was a weird little glitch. What the fuck?
Mash jab. Free combo. Mash jab.
Jesus Christ. Does he like move his mouth up slowly? Jesus Christ. You could tell he's not having fun with that at all. Yeah, anytime Phil plays fucking Street Fighter, it's a bad mistake.
I can't do anything. I literally can't do anything. He does jab, which I have to avoid, and then he gets a free throw.
Yes, because he's kicking your ass. He's using the attack animations to damage you, going into the damage animation, which gives him a free throw. So he got you in the corner and used it against you, beating you. What's the problem?
100% option select for Ken, no skill.
Even though it's showtime, one player actually has a lot more skill than you do. I mean, he's 4-star Diamond. Also, why did he switch to the fucking cowboy hat? Then again, I know this is the second stream that he was doing this, but goddamn, people are so fucking gullible and throw money at stupidity.
That was up kicks, or up ball didn't come out.
Up ball didn't come out, even though it came out.
Oh, dude, how was I supposed to know? How did I know I was that close to the wall? I had no idea.
Yes, you were, and you already knew you were close to the wall. You're making up excuses like, oh, I wasn't paying attention, guys. And back to the corner where you belong.
Bullshit, now he gets free combo. Unearned. He wins. Level 3, he wins. I had to guess, because all he has to do is jab and then throw. And
Why are you trying to go for the camera with your fist? You're not PewDiePie. There's no bro fist here. It's only pig hoof here.
I have no solution for it at all. Even if I parry it, he still wins.
Thank you, Ken. I wish he would definitely sit down and shut up, but he's already sitting, but he never shuts up.
Ken is completely fucking broken. 100% broken. You
Just like you're grifting, it's always broken, and you always keep coming back, asking for more.
can't do anything about his mix-ups in the corner or anything, and he can jab through anything you do at close range. He's broken as fuck.
Even though he's actually balanced for his aggressive gameplay, Phil. Something that you don't seem to realize.
Why couldn't I block? Fuck you!
Because he was attacking overhead.
You didn't block the jump in?
He didn't block the jump in overhead.
That was electricity!
I didn't do anything wrong. I did everything correct, even though you tossed the Blancatron ball. If you used electricity, that would have been a smart move. But you didn't.
No up ball! Oh my god!
Nope, you were mashing jab because you're wiggling the stick and pressing the buttons all over the place.
Oh my god! What the fuck? I moved off again!
Even though we just heard you wiggling the stick with no button presses.
What? I perfect parried! He reversaled through perfect parry. Perfect parry is supposed to freeze the match, and it didn't. Ken is so broken, he breaks perfect parry.
It froze the match, Phil. The problem is that you dropped the parry, giving Ken the advantage. AKA, it's showtime, pull through with the clutch. That's the thing though, any single time you fight up against anybody, not just Ken, you always fuck it up at the end, letting them win with the clutch. So, whatever excuse you have to come up with, it's invalid.
I just proved it on camera.
You didn't prove jack shit! The only thing that you proved is that you're a bad player.
I just proved it on camera.
And a very bad loser. I mean, didn't you say for people to be a good loser, to take your legs, pull yourself back up, and go at it again? That there's no such thing as a perfect victory or a perfect loss? You're just proving your quote-unquote motivational speech wrong.
I perfect parried. That freezes and gives you advantage to reversal. He mashed EX Dragon and it went through my reversal. That's supposed to be a guaranteed hit.
Even though you lost, and what he did was a guaranteed hit.
What'd I say? That character is no skill.
Even though the person playing as Ken has plenty of skill and beats you.
That character is fucking broken and they gotta fix it. How the fuck? I just got the camera evidence. Clip that fucking moment and tell me how the fuck I perfect parried and I can't counter hit and he can mash through with scrubby ass EX Dragon with punch.
Oh, don't worry, Phil. This moment was clipped. But not for the benefit that you want.
That's bullshit. I want an answer to that.
Fine, I'll give you an answer, Phil. Ken's not broken. Ken is aggressive, but not broken. Manon, a little bit broken. JP, a bit broken. But Ken, not so much.
Literally, I want a fucking answer. Because that is garbage and Capcom needs to fix it.
Oh, Capcom needs to fix anything that I say. Ken's broken. Fix Ken. They end up fixing Zangief. This game's stupid. Capcom doesn't listen to me.
No one should be able to get away with scrubby mashing online.
You do it all the goddamn time. Anytime you go in for a Blanca ball, you throw. Anytime you miss the throw, you bitch and complain. You do this every single time with any character. Marisa, you go for any punches that goes through drive impact. Same thing with Lily. You kept doing the same thing. EX Condor Dive, EX Throws, Supers. You spam those moves because they help you. You know, the fun factor that you had with this game is all based around scrub tactics. So shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about.
And he just 100%, it's fair. Oh, I can just do it because I'm Ken. No, fuck you.
No, they did it because they have more skill than you.
You suck, dude. That's fucking bullshit. Absolutely perfect parry. Can't get my punish because the game is broken and Ken is fuck.
God, just let it the fuck go. We get it. You're pissed off that you lost the match to bullshit. Just move on from it. Just take your licks and move on. Take the L. Oh, goody. I actually want to see this. Let's see. Ah, I knew he dropped it. This proved it. Oh, thank you, Memology. Thank you. So yeah, like I said, Phil, it's been clipped. Not for your benefit.
Can't block.
Hey, it's the boy Jamie again. Woo, let's go.
What the fuck? What the fuck, man?
What the fuck? Why is any character faster than Blanca better than me?
Come on. Twice?
It's twice. Yo, trust me, you're gonna get bodied more than just twice.
That was level 3 super.
That was my super. I should have had that, even though I didn't do anything.
I'm in the air jumping away, but it acts like you're on the ground and gets a full combo.
Even though you were coming down to the ground, you still got hit. Do you forget how gravity works? What comes up has to come down, Filbert.
No, I've had enough of this bullshit. I'm getting pissed now. Fuck,
Then just quit the game.
the game's being ridiculous.
Oh, the game's being ridiculous, sure. Not you, the person that knows everything about Street Fighter. No, it's either your fight stick, or the game, or the opponents that you play against that is full of shit, even though it's not.
Couldn't block. I got the hit. After the hit, I can't block.
Yeah, because you're still doing the attack animation, and Jamie recovered quickly. That's why.
Can't fucking block.
Can't play well, can ya?
I did my level 2. Oh my god, I did the super interrupt. Nothing.
Because you couldn't do anything, you're being hit.
Online play kicks my ass.
They keep killing me with online combos and wah. What? How many other excuses have you come up with that we hadn't heard before?
That was fucking Black EX Ball? Oh my god.
It wasn't. You did a good anti-air that was timed well, for once. But you didn't do anything else after that. But instead, you're going to say, I did this move, you guys. Trust me, I did.
Unbelievable bullshit. So I had the match won multiple times again, and my moves drop. I lose again to fucking execution drops.
Even though you're dropping the moves every single time, they're coming back, whooping your ass with the punishes, and doing level 3s, which are perfectly timed, and you're complaining that, I should have won the match. Me, the true fighting game player. It's all me, baby. It's me.
I had him. Perfect anti-air. EX backflip ball. The game gives you hop back instead. Not what I pushed.
Even though that is exactly what you push. The problem is that you do certain moves. You press that move that you wanted while the move is going and it's not coming out. Do you expect it to be like a turn-based RPG where he's like, I do this move. Okay, I do this move next. And you immediately get them? It's not how a fighting game works, Phil.
Not at all what I fucking pushed. I lose the fight because of it. Fuck this.
Yeah, fuck this, right? I had to adjust my cowboy hat and take off my glasses for this.
No, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of losing to that shit. Enough losses to fucking execution drops.
So you're getting sick and tired of losing to competent players even though they're whooping your ass a lot more. Wow, this is just becoming more and more salty by the day.
Seriously. I have these matches fucking won. They're in the bag. And the move doesn't come out. And it fucking tilts me.
It makes you tilted even though you're already tilted. You're too drunk for this, Phil.
I've had enough. I've had enough.
Man, Hori should just look at this video and be like, dude, we're not sending you shit ever again. You ordered another one? Declined. I'm being funny by pretending to be mad even though I'm actually mad.
I've had enough of this shit.
Hey, it's another DLC. It's been a while.
Oh my god.
Oh, please tell me Mr. Biggs wins here.
Wow, that combo I couldn't punish. I got under him. I'm taking his fucking hat off.
Mr. Big is pleased that he took the hat off.
I got under him.
Also, you're scamming your audience. Every time you take the hat off, take off anything of your tip skull, you're scamming your audience. You're not giving them what they want. Because you're supposedly, that means it's a symbol against detractors, and you just took that symbol off, saying, no, fuck this. I fucking hate it. I had enough.
And I couldn't fucking punish it. Phil is scamming his viewers in this video. Go check it out. So
yes, I am checking it out right now. You're scamming the audience. Oh, hey, another Ken.
here we go. What did I say?
Also, nice play on words with Toxic Coffee. Not gonna lie, I always love the opponent's names he goes up against. Nice touch.
He did literally nothing.
Yes, he did, Phil. He burnt you out and kept killing you over and over and over. He did his job.
Literally, absolutely nothing but walk forward, throw, and mix up, and you can't do anything about it.
Didn't you just say he didn't do anything impressive? He didn't do anything good? Even though you just said he did his mix-up, throws, and shoryukens? So he did do something right with that, Phil. You just can't do anything against it because you don't have the skill for it.
And there, random drive impact on fight.
That wasn't random, Phil. He actually timed that move well.
What an amazing player!
Yes, he is. He baited you and did a move. He pulled out a level 2 super, beating you. So he did his part well.
What a fucking amazing player. I was so outplayed in that round, dude.
Yes, you were, because you took the bait easily. Everyone else could see that that was bait, but you fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
Unfucking real.
Unfucking real. I finally got my spam throw in.
Shitty fucking online Kens.
Even though you won the round, Jesus Christ, sore winner, and you didn't even win the match yet. Oh, did I say yet? He's not gonna win this match.
That's it! That's it! He literally just stands still and then presses random buttons. He doesn't have to time anything. He just waits and guesses. And
He was waiting for you to drop your moves. He was waiting for you to do an attack animation. This Ken could read through the frames. Even with your glasses that aren't even enchanted to see the frames and lag at all, you can't even see it, but everyone else can see it a mile away.
he's so fast, he doesn't have to work.
Well, going up against you, not much work needed. Yes, Phil, we see that fight pad that you have. It looks broken.
Fuck you, shitty ass fucking online spammer, Ken. Jesus Christ.
Fuck you, Ken. Fuck you. I won against you. I'm gonna be a sore winner now as I dance this very sadly in my chair because I won.
Gee, I wonder why he's getting a giant combo. I wonder, because he really timed it right.
He did, Phil. He did. Man, you're letting that salt get to your head. I think it's contagious.
Right? Because he's a good player.
Well, he did something right with that, Phil. He burnt you out. Every time you block, that drive impact meter goes down. So, he burnt you out. Good luck recovering from that.
Wow! He spams Overdrive Dragon like a scrub.
Even though you're the real scrub here, you got lucky. Move on.
Nothing I can do.
And go back to the corner from which you came.
Nothing I can do. There's literally nothing I can do.
He got you in a loop, Phil, so no, there's nothing you can do. Oh, you could do that. You finally figured it out.
I can't. There's nothing you can do to it. You have no tools to get out.
Didn't you just escape the throw? There's plenty you could do. You could get away from the corner, but you kept yourself right back in the corner where you belong, and then you got hit, and you started crying more excuses.
Why did it beat me clean? Because the game's full of shit. And
Oh yeah, so it's totally Capcom's fault. Yeah, it's totally their fault for making a game like this, even though you claimed it to be the very best.
Ken's jump-ins are ridiculously prioritized, so it goes through your clean anti-air, and he gets a 50% punish combo he didn't earn.
Yeah, even I'm very confused of what this excuse was. He's just rambling at this point. It's all just drunken rambles, man.
Can't do anything! Again, he did not outplay me.
Yes, he did. He was baiting you to attack, and you attacked. Got the hit. That, and you kept parrying, tried to give yourself away of what you would do next. So, this Ken knew what he was doing.
Walks forward and mashes punch, and it beats all my moves. If I parry, he's open to do a follow-up. If I block, he's open to do a follow-up. There's no skill to it whatsoever.
Even though you just lost to that Ken. Even though you're claiming to be good at it and you know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing.
Can't do anything about it. All my normals at that rate get stuffed by walk forward, mash, fucking medium punch. It beats everything.
Even though jabbing is what can beat anything, Phil. If you're in the middle of attack animation, quick jab fixes it, and then they get the hit on you. But you don't seem to realize it.
Ken is ridiculously overpowered and a scrub-ass character.
Oh hey, there's another Ken.
A piece of shit.
Yeah, he's not paying attention to the game. Now he's looking at the chat, seeing whoever donated him money, or he's trying to find someone to ban because he's so upset. He needs to maintain his ego trip. Hey, there's another kid. I fucking can't, man. I fucking can't.
He was free to combo after. Interesting.
Well, yeah, because you left yourself open. And you're also burnt out.
Oh, see, I don't even know that. He can neutral jump late and get out of super.
No, Phil. He already was jumping while you're doing your level 1. What is this about timing again?
That was level 3 super! I did level 3 super, then I blocked.
Phil, you have level 2. There's no way in hell you can pull off a level 3 super with level 2.
That was level 3 super! I did level 3 super, then I blocked. Neither.
Sorry, I had to play that again because he was pulling off, trying to pull off level 3 mashing with a level 2 bar. Oh my god, the stupidity of this man.
Neither one did anything.
Your level 1 didn't do anything at all because he jumped.
Nothing I can do here. Wow, Ken's such a great player.
Your level 1 versus his level 3. Who's gonna win? His level 3 because you were in the attack animation for that level 1. So no shit, he got you.
He's such a great player, he really earned his wins, except for all my moves that dropped in the middle that would have won me the entire game, right?
Phil, stop saying that your moves dropped. You didn't drop any moves. You didn't even input them right. Even if the replays show you that you're inputting the moves, you're doing them while you're doing another move. So Phil, stop saying the game's at fault for this when it's clearly a skill issue.
Right? Literally all my fucking moves dropping in the middle of combos and shit.
You can tell he's just trying to think of excuses because I'm going to go back.
Literally all my fucking
eyes.
moves dropping
Look at his eyes.
In the middle of combos and shit.
His eye looked to the right. Like, you could tell he's making up excuses when he's not looking at the camera or at the TV screen. He's, like, looking at the door. So he's trying to think of excuses right away. And they're complete gibberish.
Fucking bullshit, man.
Phil, stop being aggressive to that fucking stick. I think it's gonna call the police on you.
Can't block.
Hey, look, you finally did a perfect parry. But it barely did anything.
Can't do anything. Again, all of Ken's mid-range moves beat Blanca's. Every single one.
Well, then again, you picked Blanca. No one told you to pick Blanca.
Wow, you're such a good player. He literally pressed medium punch 4 times in a row, waiting for it to hit. He's like, one of these times it's going to hit because I'm Ken.
No, he was trying to push it. He was trying to push through. Sure, he missed, but he still got his attacks in. Wow, you are such a toxic player to Street Fighter. No wonder why the FGC fucking hates you.
Can't do anything. Get hit by it regardless.
Can't do anything. Gets shoved in the corner. I definitely can't do anything. So for what I'm guessing, Phil won that match out of pure luck. And now it's another rematch. Let's go.
And he gets Mash Dragon. Mash Jab goes through everything.
Well, he is attacking low while you're trying to block high, so... You could tell he wanted to come up with an excuse right then and there. But, nope, couldn't even think of one. And even if he did, I would immediately counter him with this. You tried to use Drive Impact and he threw you.
Dude, Mash Jab beats everything. It's
Yes, because you were in the middle of an attack animation. He punished you.
proving my point. Every match I play proves my point.
It proves no point, Phil. Anytime you say, this proves my point, it just proves how shitty you are at the game. Shows how bad you are at fighting games. It has nothing to do with your point. Then again, if you try to say that everything proves my point, my god, the Guinness Book of World Records is calling for the most excuses used in a fucking fighting game.
You could just mash jab. Mash dragon. Neutral jump beats everything.
Even though he already was in the air while you did it.
It does. Can't do anything.
Nope, because you're in the corner where you belong.
Why am I out?
Because, let's go back here. There you go. You were blocking, and it drained your drive meter. Need I say more?
Why am I out? Why am I out of drive meter? I don't know what happened.
You were blocking, and it affected the meter.
I literally don't know.
It just shows that Phil does not do any fucking research. If someone told him this, then he'll immediately click with it, but he'll just lose that memory. Oh, so every single time people are mashing their supers, you yell at it, even though they're doing it with skill. You just mashed level 1 super back to back. Who's the masher?
What was I gonna do? I can't win the fight. Ken is too ridiculously overpowered. One of
Even though he's not.
the most overpowered characters I've ever seen in modern fighting games. Everything he does is safe. Everything is mashing. Everything is fucking hit string. Jump neutral. Completely safe. No way to stop it.
Everything is an excuse. Everything is bullshit. It's Capcom's fault. It's my joystick's fault. It's Ken's fault. It's the opponent's fault. It's this fault. It's that fault. God damn, you just come up with so many fucking excuses that we could just write a whole fucking book on you. And it'll be a fucking saga.
Fucking walk forward medium punch. Stops everything.
Even though you were in the middle of attack animations, any single time people use jabs on you.
It's broken bullshit. Only reason I'm getting losses is to these overpowered bullshit characters at this point. It's like,
And it's affecting my win combo, guys. It's all Ken's fault. He needs to go back to Barbie.
ridiculous shit, man.
So, I mean, the game is not fair. It's broken. The game is horrendously broken.
Oh, hey, it's JP yet again. Oh, and he's a level 4 diamond. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're gonna definitely call you Puddin' after that.
What happened? Can't block. Mash jab. Literally play one pattern, mash jab.
Mash jab. JP's a broken character.
That's JP in a nutshell.
Why the fuck do I even say anything?
Nothing. You heard me do all these inputs on the joystick. Nothing happened.
You were doing things on the joystick, not the buttons. So no shit, you weren't doing anything.
Nope.
Mash jab, level 3. You heard it. You heard me doing it.
No, we did not, Phil. No, we did not.
Nothing.
And this is what people are coming to see. They're coming to see a man in his fucking early 30s playing Street Fighter 6, claiming to be the best, and he's losing most of the time. Because anytime that he wins, it's up against people that have no idea what they're doing, or he uses scrub tactics. But the salt is what makes it worthwhile.
Can't do anything. Can't do anything. Stuck in the corner. Can't do any reversals. Nothing happens.
Philip got stuck in the corner. Nothing that he could do.
So I lose ranking, and he quit. He quit after one match. Good, because you fucking don't deserve it. You didn't.
No, he quit because you weren't worth his time. He saw that you were not a worthy opponent and had no joy out of it. So no shit, he left.
Deserve it at all. Dude, seriously, mash jab. Mash jab. Beats everything. Mash jab. Literally just walk forward playing a pattern and mash jab. That's JP. There's no...
Oh, God. So first it's Ken, now it's JP. Oh, my God, man. You do this with every single character that you come across. Is anyone for the roster worth playing except for Blanca and Lily and Zangief in your eyes?
Nothing to it. It's 100% pattern play. It's not even... He doesn't even play the game like it's a Street Fighter game. It's pretty lame.
Even though that's the whole point of Street Fighter or any fighting game, follow a pattern that works and actually can do massive damage and combos. That is essentially what fighting games are, based around patterns, based around technique, and based around skill. If you don't know any of those, you're shit out of luck, buddy.
Oh, I won the set? I thought that was only one win. Wow, okay, I won the set. Ugh.
You see how when he wins, he's even baffled by the fact that he won after getting his ass kicked multiple times? He's really weird.
Again, isn't it obvious? So here's Street Fighter 6 in a nutshell at high levels, all right? There's certain characters that have some kind of a weird game. Blanca is about reactions, mix-ups, and tricks. Honda is about catching you in a pattern with...
Wait, hang on. Did he... Okay, so he just moved on to the next one. Okay.
Blanca is about reactions, mix-ups, and tricks. Honda is about catching you in a pattern with counter-hit headbutts and the stupid slam traps, right? So there's these oddball characters that play in these weird ways. Then there's 5 characters that all play the same.
I thought it was 9 characters that play the same. Now you're going back to 5. So I'm going to explain this a little bit more. Phil has a way of over-exaggerating everything to try, quote-unquote, prove his point when there is no point to be had. He just sucks at the game and he wants to make up constant fucking excuses.
Right? Luke, Jury, Ken, DJ, and Cammy.
And you forgot Ken.
Actually, there's 6 or 7.
You said 9 at the beginning. Now it's back to 5. Wow, this man cannot keep his excuses straight at all.
And they all almost play exactly the same for mid-range.
When they don't, and I'm not going to repeat myself for each of those characters you mentioned.
And, like, that's the game right now. Like, what I'm seeing, it's like, okay, I'm going to have a match where either it's kind of a weird match, I adapt to an interesting playstyle, or, oh, it's the same thing I've just seen a million times, here it is again.
Even though it's not. Every single time that you go up against somebody with more competent skill than you, you constantly lose. So, from our perspective, the audience, we're seeing a man who is constantly proclaiming himself to be better at Street Fighter go up against people who play Street Fighter probably for less time than he has, or for a lot longer time because they're actually good, and just essentially get his ass kicked by all these people. And it's amazing to see this every single time. The amount of salt that comes out of this man's mouth. Oh my god, McDonald's will still be in business to this day.
But if you control mid-screen and you never get to the corner, you win. The moment you get them to the corner, you are going to dominate. If they get you to the corner, you're fucked. There's no real tools to get out of the corner in this game.
Yes, there is. There's throwing, there's jumping, there's drive impact. There's a lot of things you can do to get out of the corner. You just do not implement them.
It's just pattern play.
Well, then again, all fighting games require a pattern to play. So, not doing anything wrong. Oh, hey, it's DJ. with the name of Barrett. Nice touch.
It really is. It's a horrendous pattern play.
Even though you do scrub pattern play, which is block a ball throw, little times, Blanca-chan, block a ball throw, don't get what you want, where? There's being scrubs, where?
Mash. Can't block. Look, he gets frame advantage after the block.
Yes, because he can read the frames, something that you cannot do. You claim that you can, but every single time you get hit by frames, you lose.
That was fucking parry.
No, it wasn't. You were tossing Blanca-chan, and then you were walking forward.
Mash jab beats me. Well, mash drive impact now randomly.
Oh, mashing it randomly, even though you're about to attack and they used it full well to their advantage. And now you're burnt out.
Yep, I lose. Can't block.
Nope, even if you could block, you would get chipped.
Dude, he literally played a bullshit slow-mo, safe bullshit pattern.
Oh, God. Yeah, I think he said the pussy word.
Entire game. I can't get past it. It's a pattern. Just sit there and wait, and if they do anything, up kicks. It beats everything in the game. Up kicks will interrupt every move, right? And I'm like, well, what do I do? If I dash forward and try to do a normal move, he'll just jab through it. It beats everything. If I try to do any special move, up kick. So I have no answer to any of it. It beats everything I do.
Because you don't have any skill against anybody with Blanca or any character that you play.
Literally every move, vertically moving or horizontally moving across the screen, gets stuffed by his up kicks, and then he just mashes jab otherwise. So I have no answer for any moves he has.
You have no response to anything because your reflexes are so fucking slow. Oh no, he's going up against Woody! Oh my god, Buzz, where are you?
Oh, she got lucky! Well, I'm done.
Come on, Woody. Andy's out there cheering for you.
What the fuck? Empty jump guess level 2 reversal.
Nope, that wasn't lucky and that wasn't guessing. You were burnt out and you could not recover from that. GG's Tom Hanks. Oh hey, it's Zangief from Pombo Cod. Nice name.
How? How? Can't block. That's it. So, completely terrible match. Completely terrible, lost to online Geef match. That's my whole love bar. It's gone.
I thought you liked Zangief and that anytime you played as him, they broke him. And then you come up with someone who actually knows how to play Zangief and demolishes you. Oh, Zangief sucks.
Huh? He wasn't recovered.
Yes, he was. Let's go back, shall we? See, he was already on his feet and recovered and got you with a throw. The suplex. The Zangief suplex beats you.
Huh?
Oh god, I skipped ahead and he's going ah! In slow motion. God, kill me.
Complete online bullshit Geef, spamming drive impact.
Even though you like Zangief, didn't you say he was one of the fun factor characters for you? And now you hate him?
Can't get around it, so I fucking get hit by it 400 times, and it fucking pisses me off.
Oh, he's mashing jabs like Ken and JP. Oh, he's one of the characters that everyone plays the same.
And then I get tilted, and I get bad execution.
And you become incredibly salty, and then we make fun of you.
I miss a bunch of moves. I couldn't punish his axe kick for some odd reason.
You couldn't punish anything that Zangief was doing because they're better than you.
I literally couldn't punish it. He's burned out, and I can't punish it. I'm like, why can't I punish it? He's burned out.
Well, because you were burnt out too. There's nothing you could do about it, Phil. Even though you'll claim you did nothing wrong, you did everything correct, you fucking suck at this game, Phil. My god, Why is it that people keep coming back to you? Oh, right, I forgot. It's the salt. Honestly, it's no real surprise when Phil says that he hates Final Fantasy 16 but proclaiming to love it, becoming a broken record to a point that was never even there to begin with. He'll say that he'll love certain games, but when he's put into a corner and people bring up the shit that he says, or just any time that he tries to prove himself wrong, there's always going to be evidence of proving us right. Even though he'll say that Final Fantasy 16 was a good game and it came from a great series, it comes to, again, no surprise that he'll play the contrarian route. Him bringing up Zelda is another great example of that, due to the fact that he does not like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, but yet he'll keep saying that he likes it just to delude himself as well as his audience, the returning fans that will constantly give him money to quote-unquote support him. Phil, it's clear that you don't like RPGs or anything that is relating to RPGs, and you should just stop playing those type of games. You have no fun with them, and everyone else that has fun with it, you hate it. You hate it when they have fun, and you just want them to just stop having fun because you're not having fun. But yet you claim that people love it when you play Street Fighter 6, even though it's mostly you becoming incredibly salty and also tilted every single time you come across competent players that know what they're doing. Phil, just take all that salt that you just spewed out of your mouth and just shove it right back in. Nobody cares what comes out, and anytime you're trying to make a point, it's all null and void. Pretty much invalid as soon as it slips out of your tongue. But with that being said, let us move on to the Phil prayer to end this long masquerade off. Deliver us from the dents. Deliver us from the pay pigs. Deliver us from the pignosis. May we never become dented. May we never become beggars like Darkside Phil. And for the love of God, may we never become tilted enough to keep constantly making up excuses when there's plenty of evidence to prove your ass wrong. Amen.